Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk a little bit more about the jealous narcissist. I know I touched on this subject yesterday. Regarding the tragic loss of a man, Nipsey Hussle, who was just trying to go back and give back to those in need in the place where he came from. And he was allegedly gunned down by a jealous so-called friend. And in my video, I gave you some examples of some situations I was in with certain people. People that didn't have my best interests at heart, mainly because of some sort of jealousy. And I've thought more about this. And also watched a video by a YouTuber named Big Herc, where he talks about this subject as well. And I will leave a link for it in the description box below. And you can let him know James Be Good 4000 sent you. So you might want to check out his video, as it's very informative. Because you see, the person that turns on you might not be a full-blown narcissist, but they have enough jealousy and envy pumping through their veins. They quickly take on the character of the narcissist. And because we want them to be who we think they are so bad, we continue to hang around longer than we should, and we find ourselves in danger. And this goes back to love bombing. So let's talk about friendships, or so-called friendships. And let's say you are low on friends in your life. Or possibly you grew up in a narcissistically abusive home. And you have no one really you can rely on. And as I've talked about in past videos before, you might be quick to see this person as if they are your brother or sister because you don't have a real brother or sister. You see, when we don't have family and we haven't gone through the self-work to peel back the layers of the pain, and dealing with this fact for what it is, we oftentimes look for family replacements. And when we are out there doing that, we oftentimes look for these replacements in the wrong people. And in the example in the last video, of the so-called friend I had, where it seemed like every time I was with this guy, trouble was there. Well, before there was trouble, there was some good times. So much so, I quickly seen him in my mind as my brother. Because, hey, my real brother was and is a narcissist and was trained to hate me by my narcissist mother. So here I found someone that is a good replacement. Big mistake. Now again, like I mentioned, there are good people in this world. They are getting to be rare as gems. But they are there. However, don't let yourself get so love-bombed you can't see the truth about what is really going on. Because you see, just like in a relationship where you're dating someone, a friend can love-bomb you with, "Hey man, you're my brother man," and that type of talk. And you have great friendship moments that builds up a picture in your mind of what this friendship is. Then when they pull a negative stunt that puts you in a bad spot, you are so easy to give this friendship a second chance. And before you know it, you are on the sweet mean cycle in a friendship. One minute you are having a great time. The next they are putting you in danger. All because you have blinders onto what this person really is about. I know. I had them on for years. I even got attacked and beaten up by a group of guys that it turns out this so-called friend knew. And now looking back, I believe I was led to this area where these people were at, with them full well knowing I would get beat up by like 7 or 8 guys. And then after the fact this so-called friend acted like he was upset and mad. But I believe it's entirely possible I was led there by this so-called friend. Because there were other things that happened that was just as fishy. And it was always with this guy. But I wanted him to be something he wasn't. And that was my brother from another mother. And a good friend. He knew I was a good friend to him. But he wasn't a good friend to me. And he never had intentions on doing so. I've also had other situations where a small amount of money came my way. Nothing big at all. But even just a small amount of success, or what I used to see as freak luck, but was really a blessing from the Most High. This so-called friend and a few other people that have come and gone out of my life treated me like I didn't deserve such a good thing happening to me. One person actually said it to my face. A different so-called friend told me, "You know you don't deserve that. How come I can't have something like that happen to me? Why did it happen to you?" And you can see the anger in his face. And I'm thinking, I don't understand. I'm not a saint. But one thing that I've been consistent with. Though I grew up pretty darn poor. If I made a friend or knew someone that had more than I did, and even better things came their way, such as they bought a new car, or a new house, I was always happy for them, with no strings attached. However, it seemed with some people, if I got a new pair of shoes, it was a problem for them. I just couldn't understand it. But this is the demon of narcissism we've talked about here on this channel. This is the envious demon that wants to destroy you. And this is where I learned. When I see such behavior like this in a person one time, I do forgive them in my heart. Because I don't want to walk around upset. But I never deal with that person again. Oh. If I see them, I will say hello and keep right on moving. But they are no longer a part of my life. And as Big Herc says, be careful who you bring into your home. Or around your children or wife. Or husband. Be careful who you tell things to. If you make an extra $50 or an extra $5,000, keep that information to yourself. I know you're happy. And I know you want others to share in your joy. But envy is a strong toxic emotion, and not everyone is going to think and feel happy for others like you feel. And it's okay to test in a positive way the reactions of people. No. I'm not talking about do testing people. But you do want to see over time how people react and what people do in certain situations. I know people that maybe have only brought possibly 2 real friends around their family. And it took years before they brought these friends around their family. Because they have boundaries. And they care about their life and the life of their families. They hung out maybe with a few different people. Maybe a work friend. But they didn't bring them around their family until much time had passed. And even then, if this person said or did something that was off-putting, they would never bring them around their family ever again. Don't let what you want someone to be and a random act of kindness keep you deadlocked into a friendship or relationship. Because as we seen with Nipsey Hussle and others out there, it's usually the person that is close to you that will sadly do you harm. The person you called friend or brother will stick a knife in your back sometimes faster than a stranger might. Well, that's all I have for now. I do hope your day is blessed. And I want to say thank you all for your support. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And don't forget to like, share, and comment to help this content grow to find its way to others that need it. And if you want to support even further, you can do so by the way of Patreon. And if you are supporting by the way of Patreon, I humbly say thank you from the bottom of my cartoon heart. With that said, let's continue to pray for wisdom. Let's continue to pray for strength. And let's continue to pray for courage. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.